The early life of Jesus Christ, a figure central to Christianity, is primarily documented in the Gospels of Matthew and Luke, which form the canonical accounts. Beyond these biblical narratives, various historical contexts and apocryphal texts, such as the Infancy Gospel of Thomas, offer additional perspectives and legendary tales that have shaped popular understanding. This document synthesizes these diverse sources to present a comprehensive narrative of Jesus' childhood. #birth and early infancy. The canonical Gospels of Matthew and Luke both affirm Jesus' birth in Bethlehem, a town prophesied to be the birthplace of the Messiah, and emphasize his lineage from King David, a crucial element for establishing his messianic identity. 1. While both Gospels agree on the location, their narratives surrounding the birth differ in detail. Matthew focuses on the visit of the Magi, guided by a star, and Herod's subsequent decree, while Luke describes the angelic announcement to shepherds and their visit to the newborn Jesus. Historically, Jesus was born during the tumultuous reign of Herod the Great, a Roman client king known for his paranoia and ruthless suppression of perceived threats. Following Herod's death, a period of significant unrest, sometimes referred to as the War of Varus, erupted in Judea, creating a volatile environment for the Holy Family. 2. This historical backdrop provides context for the family's subsequent actions. #The flight to Egypt. According to Matthew's Gospel, an angel warned Joseph in a dream of Herod's intention to kill the infant Jesus. In response, Joseph took Mary and Jesus and fled to Egypt, remaining there until Herod's death. 1. This event, known as the flight to Egypt, is a pivotal moment in Jesus' early life, highlighting the dangers faced by the family and God's protective intervention. Coptic Christian traditions elaborate significantly on this biblical account, describing a journey that lasted approximately 3 years, 6 months, and 10 days. 3. These traditions are rich with miraculous events that occurred during the family's sojourn in Egypt. For instance, it is recounted that idols in cities like Hermopolis would fall as the infant Jesus entered, fulfilling ancient prophecies. 3. Another popular tradition tells of the Virgin's tree in Madaria, which bowed its branches to provide shade and concealment for the Holy Family. Furthermore, Coptic narratives include stories of Jesus healing the sick and even calming a dragon in a cave. One particularly poignant tale involves 2 robbers, one of whom was so moved by the sight of the infant Jesus that he protected the family, a figure often identified with Dismas, the good thief crucified alongside Jesus. 3. Upon Herod's death, Joseph was again divinely instructed to return to the land of Israel. However, learning that Herod's son Archelaus, known for his cruelty, was ruling in Judea, Joseph chose to settle his family in Nazareth, a town in the region of Galilee, thus fulfilling a prophetic saying that Jesus would be called a Nazarene. Growing up in Nazareth. Nazareth, Jesus' hometown, was a small, unassuming Galilean village, likely with a population of only a few hundred people. For life in first-century Nazareth would have been characterized by the rhythms of a traditional Jewish community. Jesus would have been raised in a devout Jewish household, observing the Mosaic law and participating in synagogue life. His education would have begun around the age of 5, attending the local synagogue's Bet Sefer, or House of the Book, where he would have learned Hebrew and studied the scriptures. 5. Aramaic was likely his spoken language, with some exposure to Greek, which was common in the region due to Roman influence. From his foster father, Joseph, Jesus would have learned the trade of a tekton, a craftsman who worked with wood, stone, and other materials, contributing to the construction and repair of homes and tools in the village. 5. Apocryphal tales of childhood. The Infancy Gospel of Thomas, an apocryphal text dating from the 2nd century, offers a series of vivid, albeit non-canonical, stories about Jesus' childhood from ages 5 to 12. These narratives often portray a precocious and sometimes temperamental child who gradually learns to control his divine powers. One of the most famous stories describes 5-year-old Jesus molding 12 sparrows from clay on the Sabbath. When confronted by a Pharisee for violating the Sabbath, Jesus clapped his hands, and the clay birds came to life and flew away. 6. Other tales depict Jesus using his powers to inflict blindness or even death upon those who wronged him or his family, only to later restore them. These stories, while not accepted into the biblical canon, illustrate early Christian attempts to understand and imagine the extraordinary nature of Jesus' early life and his developing awareness of his divine identity. #the boy Jesus in the temple. The sole canonical account of Jesus' adolescence is found in Luke's Gospel, detailing an event when Jesus was 12 years old. 1. Each year, his parents, Joseph and Mary, would travel to Jerusalem for the Passover festival. On one such occasion, after the festival concluded, they began their journey home, assuming Jesus was among their relatives and friends in the traveling caravan. After a day's journey, they realized Jesus was not with them and returned to Jerusalem to search for him. After 3 days, they found him in the temple courts, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. 1. All who heard him were astonished at his understanding and his answers. When Mary questioned him about his absence, Jesus replied, "Why were you searching for me? Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?" 1. This profound statement marks a significant moment, revealing Jesus' early self-awareness of his unique relationship with God and his divine mission. Despite this profound insight, he returned with his parents to Nazareth and was obedient to them, continuing to grow in wisdom and stature, and in favor with God and man. 1. This canonical account provides a glimpse into the intellectual and spiritual development of Jesus during his formative years, bridging the gap between his infancy and the commencement of his public ministry.